Welcome once again to another cigar review panel show for Cigar Advisor Magazine. These are my esteemed colleagues, and this is Mr. Gary Koob, who runs this little shindig. Gary, obviously you got dressed in the dark last night or in a mine shaft because look at this guy. Gary!
It's a confident man that can make mustard happen.
The show is yours. What are we talking about today?
We're
Mustard.
talking about
Colonel Mustard.
the new line from Davidoff called Davidoff Nicaragua. This is their first entry into a Nicaraguan Puro, and it features a 10-year-old Habano C wrapper. I happen to be fortunate enough, actually Jonathan and I were fortunate enough to go to the release party for the cigars, and they gave us these beautiful, actually cigar holder. So
That comes with D batteries.
yes. So for today's review, they come in 3 sizes. We're going to do
As do
the
I, but go on.
short Corona.
How do you make that
I
happen?
bet you thought something bigger was going to come out of there, right? And let's light it up.
Yeah, because we were waiting to light this up. Normally we kind of light up our cigars ahead of time, but this is a little baby. This is
Right.
maybe a 15-minute. Anybody get longer out of that?
No,
Could go 20.
it went for half an hour.
Really?
Mine lasted for a half.
I guess I got about 20. I got about 20 minutes out of it, but
It's
that's
very
why
well
we're-
packed.
I'm done.
Well, the
Tom used to
short-
last a short time because he's so used to going to those bathhouses.
No, he just said I was very well packed. So let's talk about
No,
the
I said
cigars.
the cigar was very well packed.
Oh,
Did everybody find that when they cut the cap that it came off like perfectly?
yes.
I made a note about that in my review regarding construction. You know, I always like to look at the way that a cigar is constructed because I think that the better a cigar is constructed, it just shows pride in manufacturing. You know, you can expect to get a better cigar. But this one in particular, the cap just sliced off and it's like perfect.
I have never had a Davidoff cigar or an Avo or any, mostly Avo and Davidoff that the cap did not come off perfectly.
Yeah.
Well, guys, do you notice right off the bat, and Lou, if you'll notice, guys, Lou is doing the waft, which he's famous for. But if you do this, guys, the
Luftwaffe.
You know, yeah, the Luftwaffe. Yes, he's got a scent on his cigar that he's just crazy about.
Wafting cigars is a lot like, you know, taking a sniff of scotch.
He looks like some cultured turd, and he's sitting there and he's like, let me push the smoke into my proboscis so it rolls around in the back of my upper frontals and falls into the mandible area. Those are like Lou words.
Constantly, he's going like this while he smokes a cigar, and I don't know what he's doing, and I call him out on it all the time. It looks like he's conducting an orchestra.
To waft. To waft. It's almost like fart, you know, in a way.
Not just the taste, the aroma is like outrageous.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
when me and Gary went to the event in New York, it was the pre-release for the cigar. Everybody was smoking it. Like we had, I know it sounds snooty when I say it, but
Yes,
it does. Sounds very snooty.
As you sit there in your blazer and
When
your
we
glasses.
were-
You want to know what I really think? I think the guy's got 20/20 vision. I think that he puts on glasses to look like a hipster douche.
I'm blind as a bat. I mean, I can't see where anything is at all. Are you still there? Hello?
He looks like Clark Kent on acid. I don't know what the hell is with him. It's like, aren't you expecting to run in? There's no more phone booths, so what's the little peckerhead gonna do? He runs into the bathroom, throws his glasses off, comes on, and there's a giant S tattooed on his stuff. I've seen it. I don't want to talk about it.
If I didn't dress the way I did and walk through the hallways with the confidence and the swagger that I did when I was still over in customer service, guaranteed I'd still be in customer service wearing my hoodie or wearing a t-shirt. As soon as I started dressing nice, my life started to change. So I hope these guys are happy wearing t-shirts and, you know, John Polos the rest of their life, because they're going to be here while I'm making it rain.
Good complexity for me.
can
I thought it had, you know, just to talk.
Give him the conch. If he's going to talk, he has to hold the conch.
Give me the conch, for God's sake.
Talk to the Lord of the
Cocksuckers.
Flies.
For me, it's got a nice complexity to it. We want to talk about flavors. I think it's got like a roasty, toasty, nutty kind of a baseline of flavors to it. All right.
Roasty, toasty.
Toasty! Nutty Buddy!
You sound like you're one of those nut betters.
Stanky Cranky!
I am.
Slammy Hammy! These things are great. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
He writes Denny's menus in his
Yeah, I
side.
know.
So I guess we're we were passing around the conch shell, and it was like whoever was holding the conch shell, it was his turn to speak.
Lord of the Flies. It's a movie. I think it's a bunch of kids stranded on an island. They kill a fat kid, and then they use one of these to call for help. Because they think they got it. It floated from like the professor's Gilligan conch phone, which doesn't explain why they had to kill a kid. Couldn't they have just called for a ride?
This is a Lord of the Flies reference. I'm not really a dystopian literature guy like that one in 1984 and Animal Farm. They're all the same book.
It's a book?
Tommy's conch. I can only imagine where it's been.
Hello. Hello. This was somebody's house once.
I always like the suggestive look of the conch. It's one of my favorite things.
I probably can't say where it's been.
So you said cinnamon, you said baking spices.
Yes, raisin-like sweetness also.
Raisin, here we go.
Oh, shit.
Raisin-like sweet.
I'm serious.
You're getting yelled at.
How about chocolate? Like baker's chocolate?
No, I don't get it with this one.
Well, then screw you all.
Here,
Pass this to the Tory so he doesn't feel left out.
I get that with some cigars. I mean, I feel like that's a cigar or a flavor that's pretty recurrent.
This is Mr.
among a
John
lot of blends,
DeTulley.
but
He's
especially among Maduro
a
wrapped
fine,
cigars.
upstanding, metrosexual member of our group.
Thank you.
I get a little bit of what you guys are talking about. There is a sweetness though. There's a big sweetness that I experienced, and I think it was a figgy sweetness.
Okay. Fig, raisin. I mean, we're talking about a dried fruit here.
Right, a dried fruit.
Here are a couple of dried fruits.
This may
Raisins
sound a
and
little,
dates.
Fig's not actually a fruit. Do you know this?
Oh, God.
Stop.
I just read about
You don't
it.
have the conch.
Can we move
you don't
forward?
have the conch.
It's
And
an
it's made
inverted
of-
flower. It's
Is
an
it a
inverted flower.
vegetable either? I think that's a fruit.
No, that's up for debate. Everybody. There's a hot debate going on about that for the last 30 years.
Maybe with you.
Trying to get this band.
Go ahead.
Can I talk now?
He holds the conch.
You may speak.
I hold the conch. So yeah, fig, raisin, sweetness, but another offbeat kind of flavor that I think I'm tasting is a little bit of hickory. For whatever reason, I'm picking up a big hickory. And when we were at the pre-release, the entire room smelled like a barbecue. It was ridiculous, I think anyway. The smoke is just filling the entire room, and it just smelled like somebody's smoking meat.
If smoked meat reminds me of anything, probably 9th grade.
When we were with all the mucky mucks and only the important people in the world, everybody was smoking it. And
You mean Britney Spears was there?
she was there, but they
said
kinda
the
hid her
important
back.
people.
They didn't let her sing because she can't sing.
Did her thighs jiggle?
A little bit.
She's not that innocent.
She's not 18 anymore. My loneliness is killing me, and I
still believe that you are cool.
When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Show me how you want it to
Baby.
be,
tell me,
baby, cause I need to know now. What the fuck?
I convinced them all to sing Britney Spears. They're so old and they think it's cool still. I don't know.
At the IPCPR show, I was fortunate enough to do interviews with a lot of great people, but Jeff Stone, who was the official ambassador for the Davidoff brand, just talked about this, and just the guy was really like just gushing with pride because, you know, they're so known the world over generally for milder cigars, and this thing, while I wouldn't call it a full-bodied beast, it's got so much flavor, and they have ramped it up in the flavor department. And like we said, from the tobaccos they picked to the rolling to putting the cap on to everything, what that aroma, they're just so conscious of that, making their cigars the best in the world.
It's funny that you brought up that they're known for mild cigars, because I think that there's a pretty large perception out there, a pretty dominant perception that they are known for, making their mild cigars. I mean, they've got the 1000 series and whatever the other series are, but I know that they, from the get-go have had, fuller bodied and fuller strength cigars. I mean, the Grand Cru is not a super mild cigar. The Millennium certainly is not a
Millennium
mild
is,
cigar.
oh, no.
Apparently, they get to go to a Davidoff show in New York City. It's like a catered event. I guess they got drinks there. Do I get any love? We get any love for the other copywriter? No. I don't know why these guys think they're so privileged that they get to go to New York City and they get to leave me in the dust. I got to go home and take care of 3 kids. What do they have to do? Seriously.
What was the food? Because everybody always talks about pairing
There was-
shit with other shit.
Well,
so
It was tartare that they had there. They had some desserts like a raspberry.
They had tartare.
They had a
Steak tartare.
They had a chocolate mousse in with like a raspberry topping on it, but it came in those little like really pretentious little tiny cups. So you only got like a little, you
Yeah.
just lick the bowl real quick and you hardly get any flavor.
you must be a treat at weddings.
Yeah, did they do the Macarena too? Did
they
everybody
served
do the
rum.
Macarena? Because
They had-
usually at Davidoff people love doing the Macarena, and that's why I don't go to the
They
river.
wanted to do the electric slide, but there was a lot of older people there, couldn't really move around that well, so they went with the Macarena.
I'm not a dancer, but I do know one dance. It's called the Macarena. It goes kind of like this. You gotta shake your hips.
Boom, boom. And then you keep on going. Do the hands on the hips. You shake a little bit.
Ooh.
I turned it into metal.
I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. I don't know.
I was a master Macarena dancer back then. Got all the ladies to make out with me next to the bathrooms until the chaperones came and broke us up.
I got this going.
And one other thing I should add about the blend, I don't know if you know, is that they've only used a quarter of Ligero in there. So there's not a lot of Ligero in this cigar.
It's not an
It's
especially
only
strong
1/4
cigar.
part
It
of
is
the
not
blend.
It's like, for me, it's like a medium-bodied cigar.
Yes.
Maybe like medium plus in strength. It's got fuller flavors though, which is nice.
absolutely.
I think
Not every
you
day
know what
get a
though?
cigar that's got a
Did
lot
you
of
smoke the
flavor,
bigger
but
one
not
yet?
a ton of body.
You
I
smoke-
have.
I don't think there's fuller packed as this because of the size. I don't think it hits you the same as this hits you. I want to show everybody.
Yeah,
this.
let's talk about the hotness of the cigar.
Gold,
Hey,
brown,
I
red,
told you,
blue, gray. It's
a-
fucking gray.
I told you before, a really hot chick was digging these yesterday when I was
Really?
at the.
looks
getting my
like the
haircut.
flag of
Yeah.
Barbados.
She was also a 14-year-old
When I went to buy these pants, I asked like 4 of the sales girls if they thought this was a nice color or if they like these pants. They go, oh yeah, So I usually go with their taste.
He's like a chick magnet. I don't know what it is. I know he said like these hot chicks came by and they loved his red shoes. I think it was a fat nun and a little kid, but he stretches things a little bit. But he really is, I don't know, chicks like that crazy old Reverend Jim demeanor, like, okay, Alex. That's him in real life. He's not like acting when he's on. But he does like big conks.
I'm thinking of investing in a pair of those red Converses because at this rate, he's like Alice in Wonderland. Click his red heels 3 times. He's getting bed with a girl. He's getting laid all day long.
But if you notice the way, it is the construction, if you can get in on that. You notice the curve starting to happen. I'm trying to give my wife some ideas. And speaking of conks, but
That was a peek inside the Zarzeki bedroom I did not need.
the thing I wrote in the review that I gave you, my written review, is that, a lot of times when when I go out on the barbecue and I know I'm going to cook something for 20 minutes, knock some chicken out, knock some burgers out, whatever, I'll get more of a yard gar and I'll burn that because I don't care because it's all. But this one, if you really want a good cigar with some flavor while you're doing something like barbecuing for 20 minutes, this is a stick to go to. The only thing is you need you might need to extend your credit line if you're going to get a couple boxes of these. But
You know what? Since and especially since we're going into the colder months, the winter months.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a shorter cigar,
Great point. Good point, John.
Really want some good flavor out of it. This is the one to go to because you can stand outside for 20 minutes to half an hour, smoke the cigar, instead of getting, let's say, the Toro size or the Russo size and staying outside for an hour plus one time.
on a January day in Jersey, if you're outside for more than half an hour, your sack is going to stick to your thigh. So you want to go 20 minutes and not have your sack stick to parts of your body, and you have to use like a little a heat gun to get it going when you get in. Go for the Davidoff. They should put this in their commercials. What I just said.
I have some serious doubts that they're going to do anything of the
Davidoff.
sort.
I doubt they're
Davidoff, good for your sack.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Not saying it.
Well, they had a yodeling contest
At Davidoff?
at this
Davidoff.
party.
Are they Switzerland, right?
That's
They're
only
Swiss?
appropriate.
Oh, no, no, oh, hey.
Yo.
Oh, la paloma blanca. Yeah, I'm just a bird in the sky. Oh, la paloma blanca.
I don't know the rest.
Give me $1.
Can you just hold on a second, because I'm getting a call.
Oh,
Yeah, Fred, Barney, come on over. We're doing the show.
I told you not to
This
bring
is
in-
the original shell phone. But I know I look like a jagwagon, you know, like doing this, but I'm just
I
trying
want to
to...
plug another.
I can't wait until that falls in your mouth next time you do that.
Maybe in your eye. That'd be
Yeah, I
fun.
hope it falls in your eye.
How about on my conch?
I think that, you know, if you do want to try a Davidoff cigar, and you've already been
I lost
familiar-
my ash.
Will
I
you
lost
let
my
me
ash.
speak?
I'm sorry.
Fall on
nice
soldier.
carpets?
Man down.
Gary was, I think, trying to make a good point, and Tommy, he kept on trying to butt in and show his ash off to the camera like, you know, like a dog that just found a stick and wants to play fetch or something. And he tried to bust into the camera one more time, and the ash fell off. And he had to remark about it, of course, because he remarks about everything. So he had to say, oh, I dropped my ash, and like pout about it a little bit. And Gary kind of gave him a look like, hey man, shut the hell up. I'm trying to make a point here. Like, you don't just bust in on a man when he's trying to make a point. And as far as the ash goes, you should have ashed that thing long ago. It's only a 3-inch cigar, so when you're down to the nub, it's all ash anyway. It's gonna fall off. You should know better, sir.
Somebody had passed the comment that, you know, detour, I think we're going to go with that from now on. Detour was going to be responsible for going ahead and cleaning that up.
My ash fell, all right? And it fell and it hit the ground. And yes, Detour is the newbie, and he did, what is his name? Detour-Narina? What did you call him, Pulo? Oh, it was French. I just made him Italian.
My last name's really Flanagan.
It hits the floor. I'm like, yo, boy, come over clean. That don't happen. Gary yells at me. What bullshit? I'm bringing real good stuff here to the show. I'm not appreciated, and I don't like it. And I'm going to talk to people about my contract.
If you do want to try Davidoff cigar and you're familiar with Nicaraguan blends, then that's why I said you should start with this.
Yeah.
Because it does have that rich Nicaraguan taste.
Yeah.
And,
It totally has that. Tell me that it isn't exactly what you would expect out of a Davidoff interpretation of a Nicaraguan cigar.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? It's like
Yeah.
it's pristine. It's extraordinarily well constructed. The tobaccos are obviously very fully aged.
yeah.
You know, and so you get the Nicaraguan characteristics that you would expect out of a cigar by, you know, I don't know, like a Pepin or somebody like that. But you don't get the leftover ammonia that they get. You know, that sharp peppery edge. My understanding is that they under ferment the tobacco a little bit, just a little bit, because if you do it too much, you start to get ammonia in the flavor. You know, and everybody knows how sort of unpleasurable that is. Yeah, exactly.
They did everything right in this cigar.
Yeah, every last thing. I agree.
Well, that's
It's gonna be
it
a
for
hard money
today's
line.
That's it
show.
for today. Thank you very much for watching.
What does the conch tell
You're going to
you,
hurt
Gary?
yourself, dude.
Yeah, that'll break
Camera
it.
head? No, okay.
All right.
I
Are we
wouldn't
closing
put- I
out?
wouldn't
'Cause I
put
was
that
gonna-
anywhere
Go
near
ahead,
my head.
Closing out.
Says that tequila.
Jesus Christ.
And that would be the conclusion of our show. These were my co-hogs.
Here we go. Here comes the eye roll.
My co-hogs, that's Lou Tenney, that's John Detoul, the great Gary Kolb, Mr. John Pulo, the voice, the bomb, and me, the Z-Man, saying so long until next time.
Yeah.
I still
Gary?
think-
So
tell-
visit the page, our YouTube page, and subscribe. Leave your comments. See if you agree with us, disagree. You've smoked the cigar, and share it.
We want to hear your comments. Gary's right.
tell
A
us
lot
what
of
you
people
did.
haven't been really commenting, enjoying the videos, lots of likes, but not the comments. We want to hear back from you guys what you think.
Well, now you just sound desperate.
Oh,
That's new.
All right, well, on that note, sayonara.
straw, take
Adios.
care.
I still think we should call him Colonel Mustard.
So putting it all together, this is what it will look like.
In this whole video, I'm going to be doing the mirror image. So just copy what you see on screen. Your right hand, left hand, and your palm facing downwards. Then it ears. So point your shoulders, behind the palms up, shoulders, behind your ears, hip, hip. The final hand movement, bum.
Hand
Face the next four.
on your bum, one hand at a time.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And that is how you do the Macarena.